Hey gang, Primal Punch here, Django here. Hope you can see me coming at you with something a little bit different, okay? I just want to keep sharing stuff. So today we're going to talk about some ways, tips and hints on how to move more silently for stalking prey and etc. Um, we're going to deal with foot placement and how to move your feet, and also uh, keeping our scent from reaching whatever critter we're trying to stalk or keep away from. Okay? So, first and foremost, moving more silently, because no one can move noiselessly. No one can move without noise. There's always going to be some level of noise, but there's ways to minimize it. And depending on the terrain, you can decrease your noise output very significantly, or at least minimally. All right. So the first thing that we're going to deal with, and I've got to put you a little bit lower, is foot placement. Okay. So if we're trying to move quietly, our normal heel to toe walk, no matter how careful we are, is always going to be louder than a toe to heel. So the way that might look is right here. And I'm going to move you over to the kids chair. Go ahead and set this here. Make sure that you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot like doing the moonwalk, but still going forward. All right. Our normal gait is more of a heel to toe. Okay. And that is pretty much as loud as you can walk. So what you want to do is, when we're walking, and don't put your foot too far forward, because we want to have full control over our footstep. It's going to roll back, and you're going to slowly place your feet. Okay? Now if we're walking on something like, say, these wood chips, let me just turn you this way. Okay? Then on these wood chips, what we want to do is try to scoot any loose material out of the path of our foot, okay, so that we aren't going to make as much crackling noise. And any crackling, we want it to be confined to the inside. We want it muffled, okay? So we're going to look for places, and again, keep your stride short, okay? Because we want to be able to control every bit of our footfall, okay? So put your foot forward and just let it come down slowly, toe to heel, okay? And this way we can avoid making as much noise as this. Okay? And it's going to come down to patience. So again, it's pretty much just going to look like a slow motion forward moonwalk. You're just feeling with your foot and coming down. Alright? So next, on hard surfaces, it's patience. It's all about that patience, okay? If we're walking on concrete, it's all about that patience. Or a hardwood floor, or a place with echoes. If we're trying to get away from someone like that, then you're going to want to go either slowly or remove your shoes, at least so that you can move quickly and remove yourself. Socks, very quiet, then you can run and make a minimal amount of noise. And now, if you're stalking prey, then you'll want to, again, just use patience. Go slowly, toe to heel, or don't let your forefoot slap when you're walking. If you're gonna move heel to toe, then you don't want to just let your heels click, and you would want to, again, move silently. It's about the patience, okay? Now, if we're moving up stairs, wooden stairs, even metal stairs, you can minimize your noise by keeping your feet to the outside where the support struts are, or the stringers for the stairs go. That's going to allow you to, let me set you back up here. That's going to allow you to not cause creaking on the unsupported portion of the stairs. Wooden stairs are really can be very loud. Metal stairs, they have kind of a bonging sound. So in order to move swiftly, if you stay close to the supports at the outside of the stairs, then you'll be able to move more silently. And I really don't recommend like having one foot over here and then trying to go to the other side, because now we're going to lose what silence we have, or that lower noise output, because we're not going to have control over our footfalls, all right, because we're trying to stretch out to that other side of the stairs. So it's best to do one stair at a time. Here, I'll show you real quick. You do one stair at a time, all right? So our first foot, we go to the bottom stair, all right? Come up, place the toe just beside, come up, and just maintain that way. You'll be able to keep a pretty good level of silence that way. Or not silence, I keep misusing that word. Like the Princess Bride. You keep using that word, I don't think you know what it means, or whatever. I don't think that word means whatever, man. Alright, next, if we are out and we're hunting or what have you, there are some things to bear in mind. Well, also, again, if you're trying to maintain a level of silence for whatever operations you might be working on, going in the military, you're going to learn a lot of these things. So if you're going to have keys in your pocket, if that's a must-have, and you know that you're going to be wanting to maintain some measure of lowered noise output, then let's go ahead and just muffle those buggers right off the bat, okay? Muffling something with just even a single layer of fabric can make a huge difference. You don't want to walk along sounding like Lash LaRue, spurs just clang, clang, clanging and jang, jang, jangling. So now listen to the difference. Where are my keys? There they are. Hear that? The keys in my left pocket as opposed to my right pocket. No noise output from the right pocket. Another, if you're stalking prey, or you've found some level of cover and you're trying to avoid detection, don't look directly at what you're pursuing or who's pursuing you. Direct eye contact, for some reason, has a kind of energy to it, and people feel eyes upon them. Animals feel eyes upon them. They just do, and there's a distance to it. A hawk a quarter mile that way doesn't know I'm watching it. Like that, it doesn't have that sense, that feeling. So use your peripheral vision to maintain visual awareness of a pursuer or what you're pursuing. Just your peripheral vision. You can focus your eyes, just to the side of whatever you're trying to watch, and use your peripheral vision. Now, peripheral vision will save you a ton of heartache in nighttime surveillance. If you ever notice, you go outside and you stare at a shadow, well, damn, that shadow start turning into things. Your force vision will start to try to make things out of it, like some kind of messed up Rorschach thing. So soften your vision a little bit and use your peripheral vision. Your peripheral vision is much more honest when, just not the far periphery, but the slight periphery. And just look for movement, things out of place, sharper lines than should be there. That's nighttime surveillance. That's pretty important. Is to remember that your peripheral vision is less of a liar in poor lighting than is your direct focused vision. Because the longer you stare at shadows, the more they start to look like your one-eyed purple people eater or whatever. Next, we've got a breeze. Okay. Now, not only does knowing which way that breeze is going help you if you need to take a shot at something, but also to know if your scent is going toward your prey or your pursuer. All right. So you want to be able to work with. Now you're moving more quietly, and you need to be able to circle and close distance. So you would move in a spiral pattern until you get the wind where it's coming from your prey or your pursuer toward you. All right? Because let me tell you, out in the woods, the desert, smells stand out. Man-made smells stand out. Body odor stands out. So you want to work with the wind. So figuring out which direction the wind is going is super simple. You see the guys, he dribbles a little bit of duff or grass or dried leaves or something, to see which way they're going to go. Okay, we've got the breeze going this way. And you can always, use the old tried and true where, the good ship lollipop deal, and hold your finger up, and the side that gets the coldest is the direction from which the wind is coming. So the wind's coming from that direction. I've got no problem if I need to stalk my prey over there because their smell is coming toward me. Its smell is coming toward me, and they're not going to be able to benefit from the wind. Okay? So that's a good one right there. Or if you just, keep a fine thread in your pocket. Now, I didn't bring one out, but you can dangle that thread, and you want it at least a foot long, and you dangle that thread, and it will point in the direction of the wind blowing. So you've got something like that. And the gentlest breeze will take your smell because your smell doesn't weigh anything. It's not like it has to be a strong wind. This heavier rag, it doesn't blow quite as well as a nice little piece of string would. But you can use something like that. It's better to have you want thread on you anyway if you're out and about. Always good to have some thread. But that's pretty much it, okay? I just wanted to deal with some of those simpler things, how to surveil at night and how to use the wind, your foot placement, and just making sure that however you're loaded out is quiet, all right? Or quieter. You don't want things that are going to be bonking, Like if I had this over here, well now I'm going to have to do something about my pocket knife, okay? Because it's going to make noise. So whatever you might be carrying, however you're loaded out, you want to take that into account. Any zippers, the little zipper pulls, make sure to take the time to, you can wrap it in thread, or you can take and put just a little tab of duct tape around that so that doesn't tinkle and tankle, okay? You want that to be quiet. You want everything just muffled, all right? So it's just stuff to think about, Is your holster, is it tight, or does it have some movement so that if you have to pivot as you're moving through the night, is that going to make a little clicking sound? Is your holster gonna butt up against your hip bone when you duck down, and then it's gonna make a click? So you want to move through your motions, check everything out. All right, don't leave anything to chance, and that's it. All right. So I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. If you have any any questions about any of my videos, let me know. And if you've got ideas that you think might be interesting, let me know. I'm going to try to do some more fitness stuff here pretty quick. I've just been so busy, I don't have much energy left at the end of the day. And I'm any spare time gets spent on the house. So, like that. But if you have something specific that you think I might be able to answer, you let me know, and I'll give it a shot, alright? So, be good to yourselves. You hold your heads up high, and never let anyone tell you that you're not good enough, alright? Live free and punch hard. Catch y'all later. Thanks again for coming. Bye.